No
All right, folks, this is the Stir of the Peace podcast.
That was a disturbing scene.
What was disturbing?
I don't know. You would know if you were watching the live, not live, but the video.
Someday we'll be live.
Someday.
Someday we'll have a live show.
Maybe.
Someday. Will you get off your phone? Were you just playing a game while we're doing this?
Maybe.
This is serious work, young... Well, I couldn't even say that with a straight face.
I was literally just dancing, air quotes. Something serious isn't quite the right word.
Yeah, maybe not. Hey, folks, this is the Stir of the Peace podcast. I'm your host, Brent Hardy. Welcome to the program. As always, Josh is joining me today. We don't have a special guest today.
No, we don't.
It's the holiday season.
Let's
be real. It's a holiday season. We're not going to record as often as we normally would.
Yes.
I don't think it's fair to pull Josh away from his family this time of year. I don't want to pull myself away from my family this time of year. We usually take a break around December-ish anyways, around this time of year, and then we pick up again in January for season 3 of Disturbing the Peace podcast. But if you're joining us,
seasons.
We do. This is season 2.
It's crazy.
I know. It's weird that we've been doing this for this long.
Right? No shit.
Yeah. So if you're a long-time listener, by all means, like, share, subscribe, share it with your friends and family. We need more listeners. We need to keep developing this podcast. And
give us money.
Give us money. What's that thing?
We did a thing. We are on Patreon. So if you go to patreon.com/DTP podcast, you can actually help build the show. You can be you can be one of our patrons, where basically what it is you give us money and you support the show financially. You do get some stuff out of it. We're working on it. We're building it. We're still trying to kind of figure out how to use Patreon. So bear with us, much like you did in the beginning when all of our episodes had terrible sound quality and even worse jokes. But now the sound quality is so much better and the jokes are still bad. So
yeah, there we go.
Some things never change. So check it out, patreon.com/DTP podcast. And see what you think.
If you go to Patreon, this isn't money that just goes straight to our pocket. This actually helps us develop
better equipment,
better production value. We could use mixing boards, a producer that doesn't give me attitude.
Right.
We can, lighting equipment, that kind of stuff. Not to mention better camera equipment for our YouTube. Eventually, we'd like to be able to stream live on YouTube like some programs do. And all that will help. So any support you guys can give us for this up-and-coming podcast, by all means, we really appreciate it.
For as little as 15 cents a day, you too can support struggling podcasters. I wish I had that Sarah McLachlan music in the background. In the eyes of an or whatever
I'll edit it in later.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So Josh, how was your holiday? How was your Thanksgiving?
It was all right so far. We did Thanksgiving at the in-laws because COVID screwed up our original plans. We were going to do the big family dinner Thanksgiving at my uncle's house. He got COVID. Him, my aunt, and one of their kids all got COVID. They're all doing fine. Everybody recovered with no issues. But it did kind of screw up Thanksgiving, so we ended up going to my mother-in-law's, which is also great. Luckily, I'm one of those people that I like my in-laws. So yeah, I know you don't know what that would be like, but
I like my in-laws just fine.
No,
I don't think they like me very much, but
that's what it is. I have that same problem, but I like my in-laws. My mother-in-law cooks, so it's it was fine. It was great. How about you? What did you do?
So I actually worked.
Ooh.
Yeah, but my parents happen to live in my jurisdiction.
Yes.
So I was able to actually slip away from my office, stop by for lunch, dinner, which my supervisor is totally cool with.
Oh, yeah.
Especially since it's a holiday. My partner was off, so I was literally just in the office by myself for 10 hours. Like, I have nothing to do.
Just literally waiting for people to die.
Waiting for something to investigate. Something to investigate.
He works in the coroner's office, so when I say waiting for people to die, it's
pretty literal because I investigate people's deaths.
Like, he's not just like some morbid jerk who wants people to die.
Well, I mean, morbid.
There's that, too.
You got 2/3 of that right.
Yeah.
Morbid and jerk.
All right.
But I stopped by, and my sister, who I've always been trying to get on the show, my sister.
Yes.
She's like me. She's very much a news hound, right? Mm-hmm. She knows, she reads tons. She listens to all sorts of different news sources. And she'll put things together, and she'll find truths that we didn't even know were out there. She's one of those people, and I would love to have her on the show, but we have a hard time getting our schedules lined up.
Yeah.
She has her kids and sports schedules and all this stuff going on. Totally understandable. So I get there, and above, there's a banner that my sister had made and taped up.
Uh-huh.
And above where my dad usually sits, she put the French Laundry.
Oh, yes. Yes.
The French Laundry banner. I wish I had made one because I could have had it up here in the background. But yeah, she made a banner called the French Laundry. Now, if you've been paying attention to the news, and we've been getting these COVID spikes, and a lot of these, mostly Democrat governors and mayors and people have been coming out saying, oh, you guys need to stay home, you guys should not gather. They were trying to put regulations on
wear a mask all the time.
Should wear a mask, all this stuff. And then Governor Newsom in California gets caught eating.
Whoa. Show some respect. I believe he prefers Supreme Leader Newsom now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Supreme Leader.
Our holy Supreme Leader, Governor
High exalted
Newsom.
one, Grand Poobah.
The Grand Poobah was caught eating at a very fancy restaurant in Napa County called the French Laundry. You know it's a fancy restaurant because they don't have the word restaurant in
Right, yeah. Why is that?
I legit would have walked by and be like, oh man, that's a very fancy laundromat over there. You know,
I just walked in with like some dirty clothes and a bag of quarters one day.
Like what the heck?
Where's the machine, man?
Yeah, where's the hot French chick so supposed to do my laundry? What the heck? What am I paying for here, guys? And so, but yeah, he gets caught there. He's out dining, and apparently some of the people he were with were like high-ranking medical professionals, people who should know better.
Yeah, well, he was actually there celebrating a birthday of a lobbyist, and there was probably like 30, 40 people there, all indoors, no masks, sitting next to each other.
Yeah, in fairness, apparently this is like a patio area of the restaurant, but it has big sliding glass doors.
Okay.
But I guess the event was so loud, somebody went and shut the doors.
Okay, look.
So they went from outside to inside.
Look, if you're in an area that you can close off with a roof, that's indoors.
Yeah.
You are not outdoor. It's not a patio area. It's not an enclosed patio. It's freaking indoors. All right? This bullshit makes me crazy. The idea that, we can't dine indoors, but we can put out big tents and we can smash as many tables together as humanly possible because I don't blame the restaurants because they got to try to survive. That's okay. Or, of course, now that's not okay either.
Well, trying to survive is a great... I mean, I have a video here. Hold on, let me pull it up. Where'd it go? This is a woman who runs a restaurant down in Southern California.
Oh, is this lady in L.A.?
Yeah.
And people wonder why I'm protesting and why I have had enough. They have not given us money and they have shut us down. We cannot survive. My staff cannot survive. Look at this. Tell me that this is dangerous, but right next to me as a slap in my face, that's safe. This is safe. 50 feet away. This is dangerous. Mayor Garcetti and Gavin Newsom is responsible for every single person that doesn't have unemployment, that does not have a job, and all the businesses that are going under. And we need your help. We need somebody to do something about this.
Yeah, it's dangerous. She did the whole shebang. Now, I read an article a couple podcasts back talking about this where a guy did the same thing. He's just trying to keep his restaurant afloat.
Sure.
Right? He's trying to keep his his food servers, his hostess, his cooks on in employment. He's just doing everything he can. So he did, he was running a steakhouse on the East Coast, and he's like, we weren't really set up for delivery, because a lot of people aren't going to call across town to have a lukewarm steak delivered to their house.
Right.
That's not really what people want. They want the dining experience, the fine dining experience, right?
And the lack of cleanup at the end.
Yes, so what middle-class diners, who's your big population of diners, want is that fancy experience without the fancy price.
Sure.
So where you have the French Laundry that charges $600 a plate, I want to pay $20, $30 a plate, but still feel like I'm at a place like the French Laundry, right? That's what we're going for. So people who run those types of restaurants and run on that business plan, they struggle because they're trying to get the cheapest products they can that have like the best quality price, right? And they're trying to just keep everything afloat. So a lot of these businesses, these guys aren't rich millionaires. You know what I'm saying? These guys are just, sometimes they're paycheck to paycheck just like everybody else.
Sure.
Trying to keep their people employed, and they're doing everything. They're spending thousands of dollars on outdoor patios, coverings, picnic tables, whatever they can do. They set up these areas, they try and make it nice, they string these lights up and do everything they can just to try and stay in business, and they're being shut down anyways. And if you watch this video, if you're watching YouTube, I'll make sure I post it. But if you watch the video, right next door is another event or a business or something.
So what that is there is near where her restaurant is, they're filming a TV or movie. That was the catering tent.
Oh, wow.
For the film crew. So that's okay. But her outdoor dining area, that's not okay.
Wow.
So that's what she means by it's a slap in the face.
It is a slap in the face.
They're doing exactly what she was going to do, and they're allowed to do it because, well, Hollywood, and they bring in billions of dollars every year, as opposed to one tiny little restaurant that who gives a shit about. So that's why she was so pissed off, and rightfully so.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Look, we covered COVID. We beat it to death on the show. Okay, and we're coming up on a year now of COVID conversations. Okay, I told you guys a long time ago, as soon as this hits our population, it is not going away.
No, of course
I did a whole episode talking about being prepared and my failures and being prepared and, and buying stuff and making sure, because I was telling people back in January, February, if you get this, they're going to quarantine you up for 2 weeks. And so you got to make sure you have your groceries squared away, your pantry squared away. And so far, I haven't been wrong. Mm-hmm. Right? Except they're not forcefully quarantining people in their homes. They're telling people they should.
Because it's pretty much impossible to enforce.
It is, right? You can't just put a guy with a rifle out in front and say, stay home.
Right.
Right? But it's true, though. I mean, people who have voluntarily just stayed home because like, hey, I think I'm sick, I might have it, I don't, I'm going to stay home for 2 weeks. Yeah, they either need someone delivering groceries or whatever, because your pantry is just not going to hold out. Especially in our situation where we have 1 million kids at home.
Right.
Right? But yeah, people are struggling. They're doing their best, and we're shutting them down. Okay? And it kind of goes back to the whole, the riots and everything. When we're talking about how these buildings get burned, people are like, well, they have insurance. Well, guess what? The waitress is still going to lose her job. Mm-hmm. The hostess is still going to lose her job. Okay? The cooks, the chefs, okay? Maybe the owner will be okay. Maybe he has a little nest egg. Maybe he has something. Maybe it's not true for all of them.
Not true for all of them.
It's not true for all of them. Most of your small town restaurants or downtown places aren't going to have that. Well, but there might be some who've been doing this for years and they have quite the nest egg built up, and they're like, yeah, I guess I could shut down for 6 months and be okay. But no, everyone else is unemployed.
Yeah, but that whole idea of, okay, we burned the building down, at least they have insurance, that light just went out.
Just keep talking.
That really only works for when the place gets destroyed. When a business goes under because of a forced lockdown, there's no insurance to cover that.
No. And that's it. Our government's not doing anything.
Our government ain't doing shit. They're about ready to take a break.
Yeah. Oh wait, they're passing weed.
Oh well, hey.
Yeah.
You know what?
They're working on decriminalizing weed on the federal level, which I'm okay with.
Yeah, I'm okay. I don't care.
I don't care about that.
There's just more pressing issues.
It would be nice if we can get another stimulus check, especially help for small businesses. Yeah. I don't need a stimulus check,
right?
But small businesses can use it.
I mean, I'll take one, but...
Yeah, I'm not going to not cash it.
I'm not cash it, but...